So authorities arrested 2 middle schoolers. One of them is 13, the other one is 14, and they've been arrested for a conspiracy of mass shooting at their school. Authorities found a map with markings that laid out the school's security cameras, and they found out the boys was researching how to buy illegal guns and how to make pipe bombs. I'm Walls P. This is Matter of Opinion. Let's talk about it. So if you like the video, consider liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. And if you want to show that support, definitely consider becoming a member. And if you want to see that raw, uncut, unfiltered content, definitely sign up to our locals. The links and everything is in the description. So let's get into this story. So Florida authorities have arrested 2 middle schoolers on accusations of planning a mass shooting, the Washington Post reported. Lee County Sheriff Carmine Marcino said the 2 male teens were arrested last week after a Harns Middle School teacher notified authorities that one of them could be carrying a firearm in school. Authorities say they discovered the teens had a map of markings that indicated the location of the school interior cameras, had looked up ways to purchase firearms in the black market, and researched how to build pipe bombs, according to the Post. The teens aged 13 and 14 were charged with conspiracy of committing a mass shooting, and both underwent mental health assessments before being transferred to Lee County Jail. They are now being held at a juvenile detention center, the Post noted. We're talking about children here. Children at the age of 13 and 14 planning to do a mass shooting in their middle school. Here's a clip that breaks down the police investigation.
Seconds away from allegedly recreating one of the deadliest school shootings in U.S. history, 2 teens arrested just before police say they were about to carry out a mass shooting at a Florida middle school.
Lee County Sheriff says it's lucky they caught it when they did.
And this plan was coming together, and at any time, at the press of a button, God forbid, we could be sitting here talking about a mass shooting.
The teens were apparently telling other students about their plan. One tipped off a teacher with word one of the boys might have a gun in his backpack. The school resource officer checked and found no gun, but they did find a map of the school with every security camera marked. That's when law enforcement realized this was more than just talk.
These 2 suspects planned, plotted, and could at any second execute their plan. They were obsessed with Columbine.
At the boys' homes, deputies found evidence of an arsenal in the making.
And when we execute those search warrants, it's disturbing. We find weapons, knives, bullets, ammo.
And it's not the first time police had been called to their homes. Between the 2 families, deputies had visited more than 80 times. At the school, investigators discovered the teens had used school computers to research how to buy guns on the black market and how to make pipe bombs.
So it's sad that we're talking about a 13 and 14-year-old, but I will tell you, a 13-year-old pulls the trigger, a 14-year-old pulls the trigger. It's the same as a 25-year-old. The aftermath is the same.
One boy's mom made an emotional plea to the court.
I just know that he's just a little boy. I didn't think this was really serious.
It's a damn shame how nowadays these kids are doing all these massive shootings, getting their hands on guns, and killing people. And there's no way you're not going to tell me that these kids' parents did not know what were going on. For these police to show up at both of these children's homes 80 times, there's no way you're going to tell me that these parents did not know what was going on. When you look in the video, you saw bullets, you saw weapons, guns just laid out on their dresser. So you mean to tell me as a parent, you walk into your children's room and you see these things and you don't question it? And then she had the nerve to say she didn't think it was that serious, or they thought it wasn't that serious. How ridiculous can you be? If I walk into my kid's room and I see bullets, guns, or whatever the case may be on the dresser, after I touch them up, my question is, where did you get these things? Where did you get it? What are you planning to do with these things? Next thing I'm doing, get a psych evaluation. Find out what's going on. So if you ask me, the parents should be charged too. Because at the end of the day, you knew what was going on, so that makes you an accomplice. So why are they not being charged? And the crazy thing is, it's being reported that about 2 hours west of this school, there was another shooting where about 17 people were killed. 14 were students and 3 were teachers. So there's a crisis that we definitely have to tackle. And going by this case, I can't speak on the other cases, but going by this case, those parents failed those children. I get it. Those kids basically made up their mind to do what they were gonna do, but it could have been prevented if the parent took proper measures to prevent this. We as parents are the ones who are supposed to keep an eye on our children. Make sure that they're keeping their head in the game of going to school, keeping their mind on them books, worrying about the future, and worrying about toys, iPads, things of that nature. Not worrying about buying guns from a black market. And I don't know if you guys noticed, but did you guys see that modified or custom made Confederate flag on the wall? So me as a black man, that tells me that the people who they were planning to go shoot up in that school, I don't think it was the people who were the same color or skin tone as them. That's just my opinion. People may say, oh, why are you bringing race into it? Hey, you can't tell a person how to feel. And that's how I feel about the situation. And there's no way those parents did not know that that flag was there, because as soon as you open the door, it's pretty much plastered right there, dead on the wall. So that means they allowed it. Not to say that they're a racist family or anything like that, because hey, a lot of people in the South, it's a pride thing where, hey, we're respecting our heritage. Hey, I beg to differ, but that's what they say. So with that said, that's the way I look at it. They was looking to shoot up people of the darker skin complexion. And I know a lot of people might not agree with me, but you want to do adult things, pick up guns and try and shoot people. Granted, it was stopped. Lucky the police caught it. But if you want to buy illegal guns and do all these things, be a big man, then how about you try them as adults then? You're a kid and these are the things that you're getting involved in, you're going to be tried as an adult. Maybe that'll make them rethink the process of shooting up schools or killing people, shooting classmates, whatever the case may be. And I get it. It may affect them getting into college or whatever the case may be, but something of that magnitude, I think it should be taken a lot more seriously so it prevent others from trying to follow those footsteps. Because clearly these boys were obsessed with Columbine, so what does that mean? You're trying to follow the footsteps of something that you saw, which is criminal activity of killing people. People may say I'm being too harsh, but I digress. That's just my opinion on the matter. And as parents, definitely keep an eye on your kids' activities. Look for warning signs, look for red flags, anything of that nature, because these are things that we gotta catch and nip it in the bud quick, fast, in a hurry. And the sad part about it is that the parents of those children that go to that school, they would have never saw it coming. So next thing you know, you drop your kids off at school, you're a teacher going into the school and going to educate these kids, and now a loved one lost a husband. A loved one lost a wife. A parent lost a child. You lost a cousin, a brother, a sister, all because two knuckleheads decide they want to pick up guns and go release their frustration out on innocent people for whatever reason or whatever ideology that they have in their twisted mind. And kudos to the student that basically ratted these boys out, something that the mother should have done. And kudos to that teacher for notifying the authorities also and getting them involved. Because if nobody didn't say anything, guess what? Maybe tomorrow, a week from now, 2 weeks from now, we would have been reading about a massacre that happened at this school. Parents, keep an eye on your kids, man. Look out for red flags or anything of that nature, because we got to do better and try and guide our children as best as possible away from a life of crime and contribute to society. That's going to do it for this episode of Matter of Opinion. I'm Walls P, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.
It's a matter of opinion.